In this video, I'll be introducing the concept of encounter templates. An encounter template is a way that you can customize your data entry experience in NowMD. First of all, an encounter in NowMD is defined as a face-to-face service incident with a patient. So let's go to the Encounter Center and I'll show you the encounter entry window. Now, this part of the training is not to show you how to enter an encounter, but to show you how to customize the encounter entry window to meet your needs. In the encounter entry window, we have three tabs: Procedures and Diagnoses, Claim Information, and Billing History and Responsibility. The Claim Information tab is where you'll find the information that's defined in a NowMD encounter template. All of the data entry fields on the Claim Information tab are defined in the encounter template. So you can see we have sections of the encounter template for different kinds of information in the encounter. And we have a list of encounter templates that show in the encounter entry window. In this list of templates, you'll see the three templates that are included standard with NowMD. The first is the All Fields template. Then we have the Claim Form 1500-0212 template and the older CMS 1500 Claim Form template. The purpose of an encounter template is to present the questions, the information that needs to be entered based on the kind of billing that you're doing. First of all, the All Fields template. You can see in the sections here we've organized the data entry fields for an electronic claim into sections so you can enter the like information in the encounter. So we can click the section here on the left and it will display to the right all of the fields that are in this section. Now, NowMD has the ability to bill for almost any kind of healthcare practice. So, for example, you'll see here information about the patient's illness or their injury, pregnancy information, accident information, ambulance billing fields, anesthesia fields, manipulation, even vision fields. So all of these fields would never be used by one kind of healthcare practice. So what we recommend that you do is that you edit the encounter template to have just the information that you need to do your billing. So let's click Save and close the encounter entry window, and then we'll go to Settings and More to the Encounter Templates menu selection. Okay, so what we see now is the Encounter Entry Templates window. In this window you see the three factory default encounter entry templates that I just showed you in the encounter entry window. So we can edit one of these templates. If we double click it to open it to edit it, because it is a factory template, it says it's protected from change, and then it will open the template edit window. Just like in the encounter entry window, we see the section names on the left. So we have all, we have patient information, employment, billing, Medicaid, etc. The next column is the available fields. So these are all of the available data entry fields. And then the third column is a combination of section names and fields in the finished template. So if you were to build a template from scratch, you can create your own section names and choose the fields that you want to appear in the template and combine those together in the section names and fields in template, the third column. The best way to edit an encounter entry template for use in your practice is to start with the All Fields template and remove the fields that you don't want to see. So for example, if you're not doing ambulance billing, you can select the ambulance section on the left, and then you can choose to delete the section name. Now MD asks you to confirm your selection. Then you also have the option to remove all of the items in the ambulance section. So now what you see is that the ambulance section is no longer in the list of section names, and we have a longer list of available fields. So what just happened is we removed the ambulance section and all of the fields that were defined for that section. Now they will no longer appear in the data entry window in the Claim Information tab for encounter entry. So let's just say that you also don't do vision billing, so you can select vision, the section name, and then you can delete the section. Say yes to remove the vision section and remove all items in the vision section. So now you can see in the available fields column that all of our ambulance fields and our vision fields appear in this area. So in this example, I've started removing the sections and the included fields for areas that we don't need to have in our data entry. So we can delete the section name and take the fields out. Let's say we don't want surgery either. Remove that section, etc. So we can remove all of the sections that we don't need by taking out the section and then removing the fields with it. Okay, now what if you wanted to add or move a data entry field? This is the way that the Claim Information tab will be organized by sections that you see here on the left and with its data entry fields. So for example, if I wanted to enter the patient's last name first, I can choose last name, click this arrow, so then I can enter last, first, middle in the encounter. I can also take fields out if I don't want them. If we know we're never going to be using the Social Security number, I can select that field and move it to the unused or available fields list. You'll see also in section names and fields that we have these checkboxes. If you need to make a data entry field required when you're filling out the information for a claim, put a check mark next to the data field that you want to make required, and then that information must be filled in before you can save the encounter. Okay, now that we've made all the changes that we wanted to make in this encounter template, we can give that template a name. My template, for example, and save that. So now we have a new template that's been added to the list and is available for encounter entry. Now, if you create a template that's just like you want it to be and you want that to always be used for data entry in the encounter entry window, you click Default Encounter Template, pick the template from the list, and then when you enter a new encounter, this customized template will automatically be used. So creating an encounter template really falls into two categories. One is to remove the sections of the encounter entry template to customize it in general for your use with NowMD. Then as you use the software, you can further customize the template that you've selected to make it even more yours. So it will speed your data entry, only present you with the fields that you need to use to be billed, and improve your experience with NowMD. Okay, let's go back to the Encounter Center and I'll show you how this customized encounter entry template looks in the encounter entry window. So now I can select my template, that's the one we just customized, and you can see here that the list is shorter and I have fewer fields now to look at when I'm doing data entry. Let me give you some other examples of the reason why we include this feature in NowMD. You can see that some of our other templates include the Claim Form 1500-0212 and the CMS 1500 claim form. The reason we have encounter entry templates for these claim forms is because NowMD was designed for electronic claims, and of course it supports paper claims as well. However, the number of fields that are required for billing on a paper claim form are far fewer than the number of fields that are supported in an electronic claim. So we've designed an encounter entry template specifically for paper billing that shows you only the fields that you need, only the fields that are supported on the paper claim form. So that's one of the reasons why templates, encounter entry templates, are a good thing. Also, let's say that billing requirements for Medicare are different from the requirements for non-Medicare commercial carriers. For example, chiropractors need to put the place of service on every paper claim, and other types of practices don't. So chiropractors could, for example, customize the encounter entry template to make the place of service required, so every time information is entered for billing on a paper form, it will remind you that you have to put the place of service in. So that's the purpose of encounter templates. I've shown you how to edit them and customize them for your use, and also set the default encounter template that will be used for billing.